Good afternoon. This is N0MAR. My name is Jake, and I live here in Jenkins, Minnesota. I'm activating the PICONET for January 8th to 25. PICONET stands for Public Interest, Convenience, or Necessity. The PICONET is an independent information net that meets Monday through Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m., and Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. It's a different net control operator at the top of each hour. The purpose of the net is to handle traffic, announcements, bulletins of amateur radio interest, also to list ham gear, buy, sell, or trade, and making contact with other stations. All licensed amateurs are welcome and encouraged to check in. Just stand by. Is there any portables, priority welfare, time value traffic? Are there any portables or remotes? Make sure I'm on frequency and transmit. It looks like I am. Looking for any portables or remotes? Are there any ham radio operators who wish to be short time today? Call N0MAR.
W0DIK is short time.
W0DIK, good afternoon, Dick.
Good afternoon, Jake, and everybody else out there. Just got back in the house from a longer dog walk than we've been doing the last few days because the wind is just almost stopped. And we got a little bit of so we're working our way up to our normal mile and a half kind of walk. This really held up for us, and the wind didn't walk away. Have a good afternoon and have a good night.
Hey, okay, Dick, what kind of dog do you have?
We got two. One's a Shih Tzu, and the other one's a Shih Tzu Maltese mix.
So having enough hair on them to walk in the cold weather isn't no problem, then. They're pretty long-haired dogs.
Yes, they certainly are.
Yeah, we have a $100 and some bill at the groomers every 3 months, and that's just to keep him from walking away, shedding everywhere in the house. We have an Australian Shepherd, and he likes to drop hair and have a good time at it. So anyway, thanks for being here, Dick, and good to hear from you there this afternoon. Looking for any other short-timers? Nothing heard at this time. This is N0MAR. I'm taking check-ins from anyone, anywhere. Might be a pretty quiet. I might turn the power up a little bit so everybody can hear me. I'm running 800 watts right now, and maybe that'll help. This is Jake N0MAR. I'm looking for further check-ins. Okay, PWY, good afternoon, Bill.
Good afternoon, Jake. Not doing too well there, so anyway, you must have heard me. I just thought I'd sit down here and listen to the nets a little bit. It's been a low-key day today. We just didn't have anything planned, and consequently we didn't do anything, so it worked out pretty well so far.
Oh, I hear you there. We went down to Costco in Brainerd today, and it wasn't too bad, actually. There was sparse traffic going down there, and not too many people in the store today, so it worked out pretty good in my favor.
Well, we noticed this week. I think everybody's done with vacations and what have you. We're all back to work and doing this and that. And generally speaking, early in the morning now, we try to do this slowly anyway, and stuck with it. So it's kind of funny. You go to Boulders and maybe join up, but we wander around there pretty much by ourselves.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. I get down there at 6 o'clock. Well, when I lived in Ramsey, and It was right. You're about the only one in the whole store. You could actually walk around peacefully in there.
It worked out for us, but anyway, we're not doing a whole lot. I trust everything's going well on your end, so I suspect you're going to be out of Ramsey, so we kind of thought about that ourselves. We haven't made any moves, so I don't know. We started to start thinking about stuff. It might be just cheaper to walk away from it. I don't know. There's so much stuff. It's amazing what you accumulate in 30 years.
Oh, yeah, you got that right. We had a huge garage sale and sold the stuff for little or nothing, and some of the stuff we couldn't even give away towards the end, as it was almost a free garage sale because we just wanted to move the stuff that we didn't have to move. It's just, if you can touch it and pick it up, it's yours.
Well, I'm assuming it all worked out fairly well, so that's kind of funny, though. It reminds me of a guy a long time ago. And he had 4 tires or something. They were really pretty good tires. And so he put them out on the curb, thinking that somebody would pick them up, put a sign on them free or whatever. Nobody took them. So he put a chain around them, put them around a tree, but never locked a lock on it or anything. And somebody stole them the next time.
Yeah, because that's right. They will do that. In fact, $10 are off, or sometimes they put tires out by the curb and they are gone the next day.
Yeah, I guess it's all on how you market it, I suppose. Anyway, I'll let you go and pick up some more. I meant to heard you this morning too, but it's still good to hear you. And we'll catch up with you down the road. So best to you. KB0BWY.
Okay, Bill, always good to catch you on here for sure. Let's break with Bill and go over to Dave there, W0CEL. Good afternoon, Dave.
Yeah, hi there, Jake. Well, you came up a little bit, but boy, conditions were way down at the beginning there. I hope they'll stay up like they were when you turn it back to me. Anyway, got to run. This will be a one and done and a drive-by. Short time and all those sorts of things. Have to run upstairs and take care of a few things. But I wanted to stop in and say hi before I left. So there you go. Thanks again. I hope soon, Jake, W0CEL.
Oh, it's good to hear from you, Dave, and you're sounding good. And sometimes those drive-bys, you got to do what you got to do, and we've done that too, or wave the hand as I'm going out the window, you know. So anyway, thanks for being here this afternoon, and 7-3s to you. Let's break with Dave and see if I can pick up a few more check-ins for the third hour of the PICO. Call N0MAR.
NI0K.
NI0K, John, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jake. John from rural Debs, Minnesota. We got 15 degrees. It was sunny when I went into the restaurant for lunch earlier. Cloudy when I came out. Cloudy when I got home. And now the sun's coming out again. So make up your mind, will you? Anyway, Jake, live streaming the net today on YouTube. Put a post on our Facebook page. And the recording, of course, will stay there. So I'll give you a couple more call signs. Whiskey 0, Bravo, Juliet, India, and November 0, November, Foxtrot. That's what I got. Thanks for doing the net.
Hey, okay, John. Well, it's always a pleasure to hear from you, and thank you for being a YouTuber and putting that on YouTube, too, because it's always nice to be able to sit down and listen to the entire net, and that's always fun, for sure. And you got quite a station there. I looked at your antenna array, and man, oh man, it's beautiful up there. Anyway, break with John, looking for further check-ins. Call N0MAR. This might be a slow beginning and a hard charging end. N0MAR, looking for check-ins. Well, I was down to Costco this afternoon, and actually it was right around before noon. I went down there this morning, and it was sunny when I got down there, and I shopped. I went to Fleet Farm too, and when I came out, it was the overcast thing, and it's still overcast here in Jenkins, Minnesota yet. So it's one of them days. We were supposed to have a little bit of a snowstorm coming in here tomorrow, but we're all ready for it. We got our snow blower we just picked up from one of the hams, and we got our ATV with the plow on it, and raring to go. All we got to do is get some snow. This is N0MAR taking check-ins.
N0PIC, portable and remote.
Oh boy, that's pretty good, Bill. N0CIC, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I just looked at my watch. It says it's a little bit after 3, and I figured, you know, I better try and check into a PICONET. So I had some bluegrass music playing in the background. I'm down in my workshop, and I decided maybe I should switch this over to the remote station. So I did, and that's why I said portable and remote. I'm going to give you 3. K0NLC, Northern Lights Console, and this is N0CIC, and I'm on the WB0FCE remote station out of the Boy Scout. Yeah, over.
Okay, it's a WB0 Sierra Papa Edward, is that it?
No, it says it wrong. Kilowatt, wrong. I haven't got this memorized yet either. How many years have I been saying these too old, and all of a sudden we get to change it?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I've been saying that too when I was on the remote. It was nice to have this summer though, when I was at the campground and didn't have an antenna in the air and no home to go to. It sure was nice to be able to check in with the remote.
Yep, sure is. All right, let's see. I got my Bluetooth turned off again, so that's why that's not coming over the speaker. All righty. Get out of here and get out of your hair and go back to trying to figure out what I'm trying to do here. Catch you later.
7-3's Bill, and thanks for the 3 I do appreciate it for sure. This is Jake and N0MAR. I'm looking for third-hour check-ins for the PICONET. Sugar Fox, go ahead. Well, we sure try to. I didn't get the whole full call sign there. Is it? I just got Sugar Fox down there. Is it something else besides that?
Well, I hope so. I hope I got the rest of my call.
Okay, I got it this time. Thank you very much for the repeat and the clarification there. No, we got to go change that. We're going to have to draw that up to Jenkins, Minnesota. No, we're in Crow Wing County.
Oh, yeah, that's all.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It sure is, John. Anyway, thanks for the check-in here. Do appreciate it. KG0, Sugar Fox. John, thanks for the check-in there. We're going to break with John and go over to Jess over there in White Bear Lake. W0BLI. Good afternoon, Jess.
I've just been playing around with the booklet. I want to insert some other stations rather than what I have, and I've got a whole about 80 but I'm not sure how to do it. So I got to read the book. I've been tinkering with it, but I don't figure it out just right. 14 degrees here, and the sun has been shining. Nothing else going on except for just cold weather, and that's going to keep up for another week and a half. And it's not beyond that. We just have to hang in there, I guess. Thanks for picking me up, and like I said, I was just scooting by and heard you, so I thought I'd check in.
Okay, Jess. Yeah, it's just that multi-button. I had all the memories loaded, and I think I had like 19 memories loaded in there in that multi-button, but you can change anything you want to in there or add to it. I wish I was closer. I'm about 130 miles away, maybe 135, or 100 closer to 140. But it's a good day's drive down there. But I could help you out someday, I'm sure.
Oh, well, I'll get it figured out. You know, all I have to do is get. I've got the booklet right here by my side, so I'll get it figured out. But I tried figuring it out just on my own, and I'm not sure how to settle it into an open space. But I'll read it and get her done. So if I have any problems, why, I can give you a holler.
Yep, I'm always good for a phone call, and I can go through all that and make it explain it away how to do it. That's for sure. It's not a hard process, especially if you already got to the place where you got open pages. It's easy to do. Anyway, thanks for being here, Jess. You sounded good as usual. Anyway. We'll talk to you later on. Breaking with Jess and looking for some further check-ins. Third hour of the PICO.
Yeah, what's my signal strength?
Your signal strength is about 10 over S9 right now.
Oh, not bad for 98 watts.
Not bad at all. It means the band is coming back. We'll have a good group here of people.
I hope so. Well, carry on, and thanks for letting me yak with you. W0BLI.
Always fun to yak with you too, Jess. I enjoy it, and I wish I lived closer because I could just drive by, even if it wasn't for repairing anything, just for visiting, you know.
Oh yeah, well, that's what friends do.
That's for sure. Anything else before I move on, Jess?
Not at all. Nope, not at all. I'm just gonna read the book.
Okay, sounds like a plan. This is Jake and Zero MAR looking for further check-ins for the third hour of the PICO. Don, good afternoon.
Good afternoon there, Jake. You're good. Just signal into the city today about 21 times the weather looks like a more sitting on the sun. Warmer than it really is. I haven't been outside yet, so I don't know what it's like. It's sunny, nice and sunny all day long. Not too much of a wind out there either, so it's been a pretty nice day here. Anyway, don't have any more snow yet or anything like that. I guess I tried to see if the forecast was supposed to give some the next couple of days. See what happens. Don't have too much else to take. Just gotta give you one for the count.
Okay, thank you, Don, for being there. And yeah, it's 15 degrees here in Jenkins right now, so it didn't warm up too much. It started off at 3 below zero, so hey, we're happy.
Yeah, I don't think it was below zero here last night. I didn't feel like home. Anyway, we'll catch you later. Let you get some more of them there, Jazz. 610 dealer.
Okay, 7-3's done, and we'll catch you later on. You sound good as always. Looking for check-ins, third hour of the PICONET. This is N0MAR, looking for further check-ins.
Okay, we're in business. W0CIA and Bemidji.
Yeah, good afternoon, David. Yeah, we got your book, and boy, oh boy, you have an adventure. I'll tell you what, really a good book. Thank you.
Well, the best story in there is the one that maybe you've seen it already. There's a hooker, the parakeet, and I.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that one yet, so you're going to have to either save it or explain it.
Well, let's see. I was 20 years old in the Army, stationed in New York City my last year, and the boys in our unit said, bring this bottle of scotch up to this lady. And I said, okay. She opened the door, I about fell over. It's my first time I ever saw a hooker face to face.
Oh boy, yeah, I suppose. I've never seen one face to face. I might have drove by one. I've never seen one though. I don't know.
Well, I mean, on the third floor, I'm heading to the Radio City Music Hall to see a show, and I was going to drop the bottle of scotch off. And I did. When she opened the door, I never saw a lady that had black pigment that dark. She was very nice, very sweet, invited me in to look around. She showed me her bedroom. Mirrors on the ceiling, mirrors on the wall, everything's painted red. And I realized who she was, and I didn't know what to do. I put the bottle of scotch in the kitchen, and she said, pour me some. And she put some milk in it. So I said, okay. And I was watching this parakeet go back, it was some kind of bird, go back and forth in his cage, and he fell down on his back. And I said, does your bird do tricks? He landed on his back, and I don't know what's wrong, so she could come in to check it, and then everything went to heck from there. You read that, you'll figure out what happened when her brother shows up, he's 6'3".
Okay, thank you for a lead up into that story. I'm going to have to look at the end of it for the rest of the story, as they'd say.
Well, since I had a lot of adventure, I ended up getting a helicopter license, and the flight school wanted me to fly the owner to a meeting. Little did I know, the guy I was flying to the meeting, it was a lease back to the flight school, and the guy thought he could make some money on it. Well, when I met the guy, it's okay. When I landed at the parking spot and saw all these guys in there as big as elephants, I realized that I just flew the head of the New Jersey mob into a mob meeting, and my stomach took off.
Oh boy. Well, yeah. Well, I'm sure that's in there too. I have to get. This is a lot of interesting reading I got to get to here.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk any more about it right now. Just look at it later. My sister has been up to me telling me to get this thing on paper. It doesn't happen to normal people. Well, yeah, I hope not. It was some 4 or 5 years when I was in the Army doing this stuff. And when I got out of the Army, that's when I flew the helicopter.
Yeah, that's my brother-in-law. Oh, excuse me, not my brother-in-law. My niece's husband was a helicopter pilot in Iraq, and when he came back to the United States, he opened a business out in Utah and Hawaii for like rides out there for helicopter rides, called Flight Above Training School here in Utah, and then in Hawaii he had helicopters out there, the bubble helicopters for the people to go sightseeing in?
Well, same with the guys here. They have a seaplane, and they go from resort to resort and give out rides. One of the guys was a carrier pilot. He bought a seaplane. He was going to give all these rides. He did the first year. Second year, the rides were half. Third year, he didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, well, they're kind of a novelty because my friend Mike, he has got a 180 Cessna, and he did that at the resort that we were staying at one summer. He flew up there and was giving seaplane rides, and the owner of the resort's daughter, he had to go fuel up, so he had taken her for a longer seaplane ride, and her dad was getting worried, and they didn't have a cell phone at that time either. So, but everything worked out for the best. She got a really long ride, and longer than everybody else did.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad you got the book in time, because a lot of things have happened. Somebody said you're going to do number 2. I said, no, I don't think so. And there's a ham radio story that got me into working for the CIA.
Okay, well, we're going to find all that. This is a very interesting reading, I'll tell you that.
Well, that's why it's marked top secret inside the end cover. It's because this version had the CIA story about doing radio work for them. And I did something else for them. I ended up meeting the number 3 man in the agency. And it gets interesting after a while.
Okay, well, last night I started to get into it last night, and then my wife wanted to watch a movie, so we got into the movie, but I have to get back into just the book this evening and do some serious reading.
Yeah, well, that Perkins story is a very unusual and funny one. If I hadn't been a 20-year-old young guy in the Army, I probably wouldn't have written the story. But it starts off pretty quiet, and it gets pretty heavy, and I said, now what the heck do I do next to get out of here? And all these mobsters would all wanted to put their kids in the chopper for a ride. I didn't want to do it, but I had to. Okay, I'll wind up here and listen out. Enjoy the book, pass it on to somebody else if you want to, or just keep it. Go from there. W0CIA Bemidji. That's why I got the CIA logo, because the guys in the CIA got me this vanity call, and that's why I have it.
Well, it's a fitting call, that's for doggone sure, Dave. So, anyway, appreciate you checking in with me, and thank you for the stories. Always a pleasure to hear from you. Let's break with David and look for further check-ins for a third hour of the PICONET. Okay, I got Tom. Anybody else? Let's go across the river. N9, I love whiskey. Good afternoon, Tom.
Hey, good afternoon there, Jake. Just finished up here. I had my backup generator at the house here. Taken care of today. They came out and changed the oil and the filter on it, and made one other minor change. And he said, "This is good to roll on. Keep on going." He says, "Since you built the house, you only have 50 hours on it." And I said, "Well, I only exercise it every other week for 12 minutes. And he goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." Anyway, it's in top-notch shape, so if power goes out in the neighborhood, guess who gets to have power in their house? Anyway, we're up to about 19 degrees over here, and it was a little chilly this morning. It was like 3 degrees, and yeah, it's up to say it was a high of 20. So basically, that sun is having a little bit of effect, I guess, on what's happening outside there, because it's been sunny all day. So other than that, waiting for another project to come in the mail today, hopefully, and so we'll see what happens there. So anyway, you have a great one there, Jake, and take care, and we'll catch you next week. Yeah. Almost forgot the call there. N0. No, I take that back. Wait, N0 MAR. Jake. Yes, that's you. I got it on there. I had to pull the book out.
Hey, okay, Tom. Well, I like yours because I love whiskey. It's a very catchy one. And I usually go by Minnesota Amateur Radio because I am in Minnesota, and I'm in amateur radio, so it's just fitting that I have those call signs. And in fact, they have a page on Facebook, Minnesota Amateur Radio Facebook page.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I even checked into it this morning on 40 this morning, and I was just amazed at the capabilities of that band this morning at about 10:30 this morning. And yeah, it was unbelievable. We were getting all kinds of all over the U.S. on 40 this morning.
Yeah, I do like that band too. It's kind of hot. I listen to mid-cars up there on 7258, I believe it is, lower sideband.
It's the International Police Association that for retired and active law enforcement all over the United States. Got a list here of about, let's see, it's got to be about 70, 75 on the list here that they put out.
Well, that's kind of nice that they got an actual program or group for them. They do a good job and they work hard for everybody. Are you a retired police officer?
Yes, that I am.
Yeah, I was a first responder for one day. My father-in-law, he was a police officer in Carver County. He passed away when he was 68. But anyway, he also was a backup for the ambulance, and he needed a driver for the ambulance because the regular driver was on vacation. So I said, okay, well, I'll drive over there, be a responder with you and help you out. And he appreciated that. And the first time he stopped, it was a friend of mine I knew from Mayer, Minnesota, who was lost his life in hitting a road approach.
Well, I started out as back in 1974. I worked as an EMT. And then with River Falls Fire Department there, then 80, I got into law enforcement with the county here, St. Croix, and then I had to leave that unexpectedly in 2002. A friend of mine got, killed, and basically I was at the scene of his funeral, and then I had to go. And that's about it with that one, you know.
Yeah, well, it's harder to go through the memories. I'm sorry to hear that you had a stroke too. That's not a good thing for sure. But thank you for your service, Tom. Always good to talk to retired law enforcement and all the stories and the things that they have done for society.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And yeah, I don't talk about it too much, but just with close people, they do mention it, and that's it. So yeah, I kind of lost the ability with lower leg controls and equilibrium. So that's about it. And that was my last day of work. So it's been, like I said, 2002, a long time.
Oh, for sure. Well, you're getting along just fine right now, and I'm glad you got a radio there so we can hear from you too.
I've been in radio since back in the early 60s, so I've been, actually I was in CB before I got into AM, and that was when I was about 15 years old. So anyway, you only got a half hour left there. Take care, and we'll catch you later. N0 MAR, and I love whiskey over in Uptown.
Hey, okay, well, so far I've got the chickens I've got are all quality check-ins here. Now, yours is one of the top of the qualities, yeah, for sure, Tom. Always enjoy hearing from you, and nice to hear from the stories, too. Let's break with Tom. Look for further check-ins. Call in 0MAR.
10LZ and a J.
Whiskey 0, Golf Delta.
KB0, WAZ.
Okay, I've got LZJ, I got Golf Delta, I got SRG, and WAZ. I think there was another one got in there with LZJ. Who was that? Okay, John, I got you number 2 there after LZJ. Let's go to LZJ. Terry, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, M0 LZZ, Terry here from Hand Lake. And it's kind of weird, Jake. I left this morning. We were doing the morning group. And when I just got home, turned the radio on as soon as I just got unload groceries and stuff. And you're doing the group again. Imagine that.
It's been a busy day with a stop in between at Costco and Fleet Farm. But today wasn't bad. I had empty aisles I could walk down at Costco, which is a treat for me.
Yeah, well, it's pretty nice when you can do that. Every place I was at, there was people. I wore my mask some and all that stuff. I was just thinking about that, with the police force. I think I did my share when I was a young teenager because I gave the police force exercise, over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, every kid did that a little bit once in a while. I could have gotten stopped a few times driving my mini bike on the streets.
You remember back there, we give them a lot of exercise. Even them railroad dicks down there on the tracks down there, they got to do a little bit of running on us guys, over.
Oh, yeah, you were a train hopper, then I take it.
Well, I had to get from point A to point B, 5-6 miles. The easiest way to do is hop on.
Oh, yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, well, anyway, pretty funny. Deer Lake of Wisconsin don't have any vehicles on it. There's a couple people sitting out there, but Chisago Chain, they got trucks and stuff out there. There must be something with that Deer Lake. It must have done something late. It's a little spooky when you don't see nothing on a lake that big,
Well, I get a story about Gull Lake because I was driving by that lake today, and they have ice heaves out there. One that's about 100 yards, another one that's about 300 yards out. And usually is a sign that don't go there. But I've seen 2 fish houses on Gull Lake, but the other side of the road on Long Lake, North Long Lake, houses all over the darn place. And a pickup truck, I've seen like a 3/4 ton Chevy. I don't know if it's a diesel or not. I hope it wasn't, because you're about 1,000 pounds heavier than everybody else that has gas trucks. But he had a tandem axle fish house he pulled out.
Yeah, well, Gull Lake, sometimes when they do that trail across the we drive through them with the snowmobiles later on.
Oh, yeah, you got that right. Well, it was before all the lakes were frozen up here except for that one. And one day I went by, it was very cold outside. And Whitecap City, I mean, huge whitecaps. And that's the one that froze about 100 yards out. You can see where the whitecaps are splashing. And it's probably 100 yards wide of this real bitter-looking ice. Okay, catch you later, Terry, and have a fine one. Say hi to Paulette for us, too. Let's break with Terry and go over to John there, WA0 YSL. Yeah, okay, John. Well, when that stuff wears off, it's different. But don't make any big decisions. Don't buy any houses. Don't buy no new cars. Don't go on the internet today and look for stuff. Just take it easy and make rational decisions. You're just watching television. You're just taking it easy and in front of your radio, listening to the PICONET. You're sounding really good. Is that you're using the 710 or you have the 101 on?
No, I don't have a 101. I've got the 710. That's what I'm on right now. The running 92 watts, and I'm 4 mile microphone.
Okay, it's a really good system. Sounds really good. I'm running the fan dipole up here, 7540, and running just the 7300, and about right around 800 watts right now. I could turn that down a little bit if I'm starting to come in pretty good, but it was rough at the beginning of the net here, and I was having problems with people, and I wanted them to hear me, so I cranked the amplifier on. I like to do that for nets. Anyway, appreciate the check-in, and I hope you get better on your carpal tunnel. 7-3s are here. Listen for you tomorrow morning. Let's break with John and go to Dale over there. W0 Golf Delta.
Okay, good afternoon, Jenkins and Jake. This is your Golf Delta Dale in Minnesota. Well, I played on the fire department in Maple Grove for 3 years and 13 years in Minnesota here. Been done with it in a long time. 2009 I got off because all my body was falling apart. Anyways, other than that, if John wants to buy, I think I got some ocean from property in Arizona. He's up for buying something. And let's see, what else? We got 21 degrees. It's actually a reasonably nice day here today. Although I was working, so it doesn't count when I work. And let's see, I got my hips coming up here on the 17th. I'll get the hip number 2 done. So, anyways, that's about all I got, Jake. So, we see you Golf Delta back to you. Thanks for doing it.
Okay, Dale. Well, you got any time you're going to be coming up north here?
I'm going to be up there. I'll definitely come up to the cabin on this Friday.
Oh, cool. That sounds nice. Yeah, it's I'd like to go fishing on that lake over there sometime. I got to get my my auger back from my son-in-law. He has it. He confiscated it last year because his went kaput on him, and mine's a 10 horse and not 10 horse, 3 horse got a 10-inch hole. So he borrowed that one. It starts on the first pull. I went through that one. Carburetor and everything got all running good for him. So and hopefully he does. Well, he'll have to because I gave him good gas with some Yama Mend, I believe it was in there. So he's got good gas and he'll run for a long time. Anyway, thanks again for checking in with me, and we'll catch you later. Let's go over to Lauren, K0SRG. Good afternoon, Lauren.
Hey, good afternoon, Jake, and the rest of the group out there. And John, if you're still listening, I'm glad you got through that all right. And yeah, you're right, Jake's pretty tough time to make it. So anyway, hope you come around all right. 20 degrees over here by golly, and well, it's not sunny anymore. It was earlier, but on and over now, and I guess we're in for a little bit of shot and snow tomorrow. So anyway, everything's going all right with you over there?
Oh, yeah, so far so good, Lauren. It looks good out here. My SWR is actually a 1.2 to 1. Reflected power at 800 watts is only 17 watts reflected, so life is good so far. K0SRG. Well, thanks for being here, and we'll catch you later on down the line. Let's break with Lauren and go over to Big Sandy there, WB0WAZ. KB0.
Hey, good afternoon, Jake. This is Bruce, KB0WAZ over on the Big Sandy Lake here. Yeah, listening along. We are at 14 degrees up here. It clouded over. Morning was real nice and blue sky. Went to town, did a couple things. And we're going to head out tonight. We've got a little meeting at Dan's Bar over here. And tomorrow, my portable fish house gets delivered by truck, so that's all working out pretty good. Except I have to put it together, but I'm hoping I can get it together in a day or so. But yeah, if you're ever over this way and need to go ice fishing, I can show you the hot spots.
Well, there you go. I'd like the hot spots, that's for sure. I got a friend of mine who's out on Pelican Lake right now, and he says he doesn't keep any fish. I told him, well, if you keep any fish, keep me in mind. I'll come over and pick them up from you, because that's a really good lake for some nice, great big panfish.
Yep, roger that. They're out in the spot that I would normally go once the ice is safe. It's a pretty deep hole. It's like 34 feet. And of course, it's a muddy bottom, so that's what they like. In the winter, they eat those bugs that hatch down in the mud.
Yeah, that's where I like to fish too, is 45 feet of water and down about 18 feet. Boy, you get some of those nice big slab crappies.
Yeah, we get a lot of 10 to 12s up here, and if it's over 12, I usually let it go.
And that's what we do too. We keep around the 10-ish mark, and I let go of the big ones. I take pictures of them. My grandson, he wanted to get a picture with his great big sunfish he caught. It was like the size of a platter. It was huge, and we unhooked it, and I said, "Oh, that one's got to go back. That's bringing a lot of eggs and a lot of nice sunfish for us to catch later on."
Yep, roger that. I wish everybody in the state did that. I see there's a big discussion now about electronics and stuff, which has always piqued my interest because, boy, I tell you, the way they can spot fish with some of that stuff with that live scope now, it's almost impossible for a fish to not get caught.
Yeah, Humminbird has put that out for a couple of years now, and I think Garmin's got one too. And so I think also Lowrance got one too. So they're out there. I just have a regular fish finder. It shows me the bottom. If there's fish there, it might have a blip, blip, blip of a fish. So nothing fancy in my boat, but it works just fine.
Yep, same here. I've got the same kind of thing. The GPS comes in handy with the boat because you can spot fish. I have a little handheld that I use for ice fishing that I've had for years, and every time I catch a fish or in a spot that I catch fish, I put a mark in there so I can go back and next year or whatever. And that's pretty darn helpful to wander around the lake.
Oh yeah, you got that right. Well, anything further, Bruce, before I go on?
Well, that should do. Open invitation for Dale, too. I know he's coming up, so I drove past this place a couple times the last few days, and I thought about stopping and look at the tank, but if he's coming up, he'll be able to look at it.
Hey, okay, well, appreciate the check-in there, and we'll break with Bruce and go down to Lee there. K0HQI, good afternoon, Lee.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jake, and everybody else that's checking in here this afternoon. Pretty nice here. We'll get up to 18 degrees, I think is what they say. I don't know. Let me take a peek here what it is. I should have got that ready before now. But yeah, it says 19. And bright, sunny afternoon, that's for sure. Supposed to get down to about 12 degrees tonight, it looks like. So it's going to be warmer, 25 tomorrow, 23 on Friday, 25 on Saturday, 23 on Sunday. Monday is going to get cold. So that looks kind of nice. I was kind of excited too. I insurance carriers for my supplement this year, because the one I had did not cover a line of clinics anymore. And I was glad to see they took their payment out today. The other one took it out on the 6th every month, and I was worried that somehow they hadn't got the right paperwork, but it was all okay. They took it out today, so we're ready to go to the doctor if we need to. Not much else other than that, Jake. Just kind of bumming around here. Going to go to church this evening for a little get together and get out of the house here. WRK N0MARK0HPY.
Hey, okay, Lee. Well, I've done that a few times. I've put somebody in different lands, or there's 9 guys I put in 0 land, or the W's or in the K's I get mixed up. So it's all good. It's all good over here too. And nice to hear you got some activities this evening for sure. Let's break with Lee and look for further check-ins. Call in 0MAR.
KB0ROB.
Well, I got Harold and I got Tom. Any others? Bravo Whiskey Papa got you on the list here. Let's go to Harold there. KB0ROB.
Okay, good afternoon to you, Jake, and I heard Lee in there, and I think Tom at the top of the hills there. Well, it warmed up a little bit today. I don't know what it is right now. I think it hit around 12 degrees. The wind picked up, so it is a little chilly sensation out there. This morning, Wanda Rose and I went to town, and I went by the pharmacy and coughed up some money to get my 90-day supply of dope refills. So the doctor says, don't stop taking that dope. You must take the dope if you want to stay alive. And I said, okay, I'll do it. Then we went out to Menards, and they had one of those 15% off in the sack things. If you heard about that, I'm sure. So I bought a bunch of LED light bulbs and some suet for the birds. That was our big adventure this morning. Then I went over to my neighbor's and got run through the routine on how to take care of his hunting dog while he's going off on a fishing trip for 3 days. And the dog and I are buddies, so he's familiar with me. And this should work out pretty good. And I'll get a chance to get my doggy fix. So that's it for me. KB0ROB listening along.
Okay, Harold. Well, yeah, I got a friend of mine, Billy. I watched his hunting dog for him. He had dogs, plural, but he had 2 Labradors, and they're always fun to watch. They're always carrying something around, and they follow you around like there's no tomorrow. If I went to the garage, they had to go to the garage. If I went down the basement, they had to go down the basement. Cute dogs, and I can see them out there hunting. They'd be sitting by your side there, waiting for you to shoot a duck or something, and then you send them out on a retrieve, and they live for that. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah, this dog is really well trained. It's amazing. He's got him. He follows hand signals, whistle signals. You tell him to sit, he drops on the spot right there. He's just amazing. He must have some really great training talents. So anyway, thanks a lot. I'll listen along. Keep up the good work, and thanks. KB0ROB.
Okay, catch you later, Harold, and you're always sounding good as normal down here in Jenkins. Let's go down to Tom there, King of the Hill there, N0QNY.
Got the Joseph for you, WB0RMK, my friend, comment. N0QNY, Tom and Chet to hear King of the Hill, but sliding down the interstate. Becky, have a good evening.
Okay, Tom. Well, if you're sliding down the other side, make sure you got a nice toboggan or a sled there. Then you can have a fun day.
All right, we'll do that. Right? Go down to the kid's house. He's got the antique toboggan that's been in the family for about 3 generations. So thanks for reminding me. And 0QNY.
Okay. Always nice to hear from you, Tom, and you're one of my valued check-ins here on third hour of the PICONET. Let's go over to Bill there, BWP. Bill. Yeah, that's it. Go ahead. Yes, I do remember. I had it messed up there. I'm sorry about that. Oh, okay. I'll take a look at your page there, Dale. It's always cool to see it. Hey, sounds good. Yeah, you're coming in good. So I got the call wrote down wrong. That was my problem. I had K instead of W. So we got that fixed in my logbook here now.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Catch you again.
WB0BWP. Thank you for being here this afternoon, Dale, and cool talking about the model airplanes for sure. Let's break with Dale. Look for further check-ins. I got a few minutes left here.
KA0JUM. KI0KD.
Okay, I got Gary, and I got Neuro, and I got ZWZ. I think I missed another one in there.
Kilo India 0, Kilo Delta.
Kilo Delta, I got you. Okay, let's go over to Gary, my neighbor over there in Deerwood. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, good evening to the group. And we've got 15 degrees, a little bit of wind out of the south. And that's about it from Deerwood. So thanks for doing it, Jake. KA0JUM.
Okay, Gary. Well, that's nice. Well, you got sunshine or you got overcast over there right now?
We had lots of sunshine earlier today, but it's overcast now.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you a little later on. Let's break with Gary and go over to Mark there, N0RO. Okay, thanks for being here, Mark, and I do appreciate the check-ins. Let's go over to Gary there, WB0ZWZ.
Yeah, good evening, Jake, or good afternoon. It's WA0ZWZ, Redfield, South Dakota. Nice day here today as the sun just now went under the clouds, and the clouds are turned sun or something like that. So it's a really nice day, considering what it could be. So that's all I got, Jake. 73WA0ZWZ.
Okay, sounds good, Gary, and have a fine one. Now this one here, all I got was just Kilo Delta in the call. Can you fill me in a little bit more?
Yep. Sure will, Jake. Good to hear you. Kilo Delta. Yeah, I just easy down here in St. James. Got sunshine. About 23 degrees, not a half an hour. Hanging out on the home, mile. Don't forget here, just about a week ago, was not at home. I was kind of doing domestic stuff around here. Have to move around, but we and him radio out now. Thanks for being there, Jake. Sounds good to me, Jake.
KR0KD, thanks for being here, Mike, and you're sounding good up here in Jenkins also. Yeah, my wife, she's 2 weeks out of surgery on her ankles. She had a tendon that had to be fixed, and she had a bone chipped in there, too. had to be removed. So, yeah, I know about helping them out. Those X-Whales, they do so much for us, and we need to help them out in their time of need for sure. Anyway, appreciate the check in, and we'll catch you later on. Let's see if Mike is around. CTY, Mike?
And here with TV.